Woo, Douglas, you on fire tonight. You on fire tonight. Hey, a lot of stuff's been covered.
Douglas need the water hose. That's what Douglas need.
Nah. He
need
needs
a
some other
water hole.
But anyway,
Home and love. Well, yeah.
Get him, Douglas. Get him, Douglas.
But the biggest thing is that, you know, as I stated before, the issue is that men know what women want for the most part. We know what they need for the most part. Some of us can provide that. A lot of us can't. However, a lot of women don't know what men want. So you think like man, what does like I said, it goes back to what does a man really want? A man wants peace. And how's that peace? When he's horny, give him some. When you can. If he's hungry, feed him. If he doesn't want to hear the conversation, then be quiet. He asks you to be somewhat feminine, because especially to my New York sisters, y'all know how y'all get. Y'all be like, yo, run that cock, son.
That's a
run that cock, son.
No.
Yo, you looking fine in them Timbs, yo. You gonna give it up, right? Know what I mean? Yo,
you gotta relax now. You gotta relax.
Anybody, I'm just joking, but anybody in here from Brooklyn? Nobody in here from Brooklyn? Because if y'all was from Brooklyn, y'all be like, women in Brooklyn be like, yo, I'm from Brooklyn. You gonna give me that ass. Brooklyn's the only borough that tell you where they from. Nobody, Bronx is cool, Queens is cool, Manhattan, all right, but you know, nobody ever go to that. People go to Puerto Rican Island before they go to Staten Island. But anyway, a lot of times, you know, we look at life, and we, you know, unfortunately, we're idol worshipers. We look at what celebrities do. Think about it. Will and Jada. You're looking at the Kardashians, who what talent do they have? They have a talent of seducing black men and making money. You know, you got all these couples on Hollywood that people idolize or love. You know, we look at what Steve Harvey does, and I mean, hey, I ain't gonna knock his hustle. He making his bread. Hey, I ain't gonna stop his hustle. But is it? Oh yeah, no. But is it helping or is it detrimental? The results are showing that no, it's not working, because women are not getting the men that they want, that they desire, to marry them and start families. Now, a lot of women don't want families, and that's perfectly okay. That men don't want, you know, women don't want families, but men for the most part want a legacy. They want to be with a woman who they can trust, who has their back, and who will make their life easier. And in return, they protect that woman from outside threats, from herself. They provide, which Steve says profess. But if I'm providing for you, I'm definitely professing you. You know, I ain't gonna provide for Jill and Jane. If I'm providing for you, I'm professing. No, you mine. I pay for it. You mine.
You my girl. You my
exactly.
Girl.
So a man brings problem solving. That's what I was talking about earlier. When you're thinking emotional, you want a man that can say, hey, it's gonna be all right. Mm-hmm. I got this. Mm-hmm. And procreation. You know, not all of us did that. but a lot of us, marry before you carry. If the thing about waiting is, yeah, you can wait, but if you don't have to wait, but at least use protection for it. If not, because pregnancy ain't the worst thing. People think pregnancy is the worst thing. No, as a survivor of getting something that I ain't asked for, but I got that, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Well, maybe I would, but that's not my problem. But the thing is, though, is that those are the things that men should provide to a woman that they love, they respect, and they cherish. So when you're thinking like a man, you're thinking that he wants what he wants to, like I said, he wants to fulfill your needs. He just wants you to give him what he wants. And a lot of women, and I'm not saying black, it's not a black woman thing, it's a woman thing, is that, and I'm not saying every woman, don't throw that, but 70%, upwards of 70% of dissolutions of relationships are made by women. The number one reason is infidelity or perceived infidelity. The second reason is finances. He does not make enough to have the lifestyle that I want. Third is I'm not happy. I am not happy. And the number one reason why men would my men initiate divorce, because they're broken. The woman that they love broke them, or they had a child outside of wedlock. Do y'all know? Does anybody know the percentage per year? About 150,000 men are tested every year. Do you know how many of those men are sudden stepdads because the kids ain't theirs?
I don't even want to guess. It knows a lot.
78.
No, 30%. A full 45,000 cases per year that a man finds out that they're a stepdad and not a dad. So with all of that, with all of those factors, you have to think that men, we get a bad rap. We're told we ain't crap. We abandon our families. We cheat all the time. Three reasons: beat, cheat, and the street. I was abused. The man was abused. Why'd you leave him? I was abusive. Why did you leave him? He was in the street all the time. Why, and the other one, beat, cheat, street. He was creeping. He was sleeping with everybody but me, or he slept with me and he gave me something. Those are valid reasons. And if you break up with somebody because of that, definitely individual domestic violence is not intimate partner violence is not a thing that we want. We scream for. We don't want it, because if it happened to one of my sisters, I'd probably wind up being under the jail. But what caused that? So men are not leaving relationships. So what does that mean? Women are leaving, but like I said, if it's infidelity, can you deal with that? You probably can, but most likely you won't. IPV, you need to leave. You need to leave and press charges. And the streets, if you met him in the streets, he gonna be in the streets. Why get with Ray Ray and Pookie, and then you got a kid by him, and wonder why Ray Ray and Pookie ain't taking care of their kids? Because they got 17 other kids they taking care of.
Facts.
They got,
Not necessarily.
Danny, you're an outlier.
Not necessarily.
An exception.
I beg to differ.
Danny, you are an outlier. You are an outlier, and your situation was an anomaly. But you wasn't cheating though.
No, not at all.
You was not cheating.
Black men don't cheat.
They exercise options, I know. But the thing is though, is that women leave the relationship more than men, but men get the rap. And I understand that's how it's gonna be. But women, we ask that y'all start putting yourself in a man's shoes. You know,
taking ownership for what you do.
When you leaving, figure out what is that going to do, not to him, but to them kids.
That's why I waited till my child went to college.
Wait a minute, for all the dykes listening, when he say put the women in men's shoes, not our tank tops and not our 42 pants. Leave it to me, okay? Okay, go ahead.
And don't forget the Tommy Hill boxers too. They be copping those. but those are the things that, you know, it's a conversation that we almost refuse to have. Mm-hmm. Because people don't want to understand. It's a hard conversation to have. It's tough. But until we have those conversations, we're going to keep having these problems. We need more Black community. We need more Black families. We need for families to stay together. Yeah, mama and papa fought all the time, but they stayed together because of the kids. Yeah, mama,
Black families give up too quickly.
Yeah, the average length of a first marriage for Black people are 5 years. 5 years. People do bids longer than that. So, you know, the idea that you have to work with somebody and love should not be the basis, but love should be a part of it. You gotta have mutual respect. You have to mutual respect and admiration for each other. You don't do it because you can. You don't do it because of how the other person would feel. When you start being selfless, you become a stronger couple because you're not doing things for yourself. You put self to the back. And a lot of us, we're hyper individualistic society. We want what we want when we want it. So we as men and women have to come to the fact that we all got faults. We accept some, but we gotta understand that we can't allow ourselves to make poor choices because we feel good, because we have feeling. And on that note, I'm going to close it out right now and turn it back over to the phenomenal, what I had other word to use.
Don't start, because Danny gonna jump in and say something, and it's just gonna be all shamala shamala shamala. But anyway, thank you so much.
That's how you sound. That's how you sound. Shamala shamala shamala. That's what you
say.
Dr. Feel Good. We had some people who had their hands up.
Yes, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Oh, my bad. Lakesha, go on. And then Ricky. I know that's Ricky.
Thank you. I appreciate that. DFG, you were mentioning prior that men are looking for peace, right?
Yes.
I believe that we are all looking for peace.
Yes,
I believe that
a lot of women live in chaos, though.
I mean, but in general, we are all looking for peace. I'm quite sure at the beginning we're all looking for peace, right?
Eventually, yes.
I mean, my women can raise their hands with a yes and agree that we're all looking for peace. As humans, we're all looking for peace.
Yes.
You made it to me. I'm getting like you're saying that only men are the ones that are looking for peace in a relationship.
Okay. Can I clarify?
Yeah.
Can I clarify? Men desire peace, but a lot of times, and that's where the protection comes in. When women are in their 20s and in their prime, guys who are for peace are called boring. You want the excitement. You want that dude that rah, get your emotions up, get you feeling something. That's the opposite of peace. Then you get to an age where that gets old and then you say, well, damn, I'm gonna get with regular Roger over there because he brings peace. It comes to a point. It comes to a point where peace eventually comes, and you're right. Everybody desires peace, but it takes longer. It takes longer for women to want peace in a relationship.
How do you know that? I'm trying to figure out, how do you know that? Because it sounds like you're making that. It sounds like you're saying it as like that's a fact. Like that's a 100% fact.
Okay, the fact. Okay, it's my opinion based off of 70% of women initiate dissolutions of marriage or dissolutions of relationships. The average relationship. So, you know, if you're leaving, that means there's no peace, that you don't have peace. You don't have peace. So that's where I got that from.
Okay.
That, you know, am I making sense?
Yeah, you didn't add that, so that was left out, but now you added it in. I'm understanding where you're coming from now. I'm getting a better understanding where you're coming from.
Okay.
But
like
I
said prior, like I said, I'm not a conformist. I'm not your norm, you know, so I don't conform to societal norms. So I'm not in that space where I'm looking to be married. I'm trying to get this out of a man and all that other.
I
get what you're saying, because you're true on your you know, on what you're giving out here, because I do know a lot of women who are like that. I grew up with a lot of females that are like that. Like, I'm gonna fuck with this nigga because he got that dough, he got this car, I'm rocking with him, and I know I'm gonna get this out of him. And then I'm gonna get pregnant by him, have a baby by him. He's gonna take care of me and my baby. That kind of mentality, right? I've been around a lot of women. My best friends that I've known for 40 years are like that. Till this day. Yo,
chill. You gonna put them on blast. They gonna see this. They gonna see this.
You know what, Danny? I ain't gonna do that, Danny. I ain't gonna do that. But I'm just saying that I understand that part, and I understand the, you know, the issues that the men come across with women who are like that. And it's not fair that they treat you guys like that. It's not true that anyone gets treated like that, regardless. Right. But I understand where you're coming from, you know, but from my point of view and how I've been in relationships, I've never been like that. My first relationship was at a very young age. I was very precocious at a very young age. And I dealt with one of the smartest boys in the Bronx at the time. And from there, I met my, after that, I broke with him. He cheated on me. He brought the girl to my house.
That must not have been Danny then.
No, that was not Danny.
No. Oh, hold on. I was one of the smartest guys.
Oh my gosh.
He just wasn't the smartest guy. He said it was one of the smartest guys. I know it wasn't my cousin.
I'm definitely one of the smartest guys in the Bronx, but I would.
No, you're not. You didn't go to Horace, man. Sorry about that. You didn't go to the top private school in the Bronx and Riverdale. So no, you didn't.
Whatever.
But after that relationship,
no, I appreciate
I got with my daughter's father, and my daughter's father, I was with him, and he gave me an STI. Ooh. And I left him. But before I left him, I forewarned him. And this is me at 17. At 17, I'm letting him know, if you ever give me an STD or an STI, I will leave you. And we had our first
That's smart.
My first pregnancy is my daughter right now. My first pregnancy ever is my current daughter to this day. And 2 years after I had her, he gave me chlamydia.
Oh my.
We gotta speak about the truth, right? He gave me chlamydia. And I let him know, did I not forewarn you? If you did that, if you was gonna give me an STI, I'm gonna leave you. And I left him. And then moving forward, what I would do going forward would be, you know what? I'm gonna pull back. What I want now is no strings attachment. I don't want to be attached to anything. Let me see where we're going to go with this first, because there's levels. There are different levels to different relationships. Everyone is not the same. You can't treat the person that you're with now like you were treating the person you were with in the past. You cannot do that. These are everyone's different. And we know that's a given. I'm gonna put out that's just a given, right?
You're you're very wise, because past results in present relationships means zero future.
Thank you.
So you spitting them bars like a college Main Street.
You said the Bronx, right? You said the Bronx.
I'm not young. I'm 49 years old. Next year I'll be 50. So look, half a century.
Young.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
YOUNG.
Dr. Feelgood, you know, excuse me, I'm sorry, Lakesha. I hear what you say about men want women to be their peace, but I can't be your peace if you're not totally upfront and I can trust you.
That's what
right?
Because DFG said that you know.
Yeah. Dr.
But I was just saying that we all want peace in general.
But we can't be peaceful if there's not a level of trust and commitment there to be truthful and to be honest about how we're feeling, because that's what brings in the chaos. When you say, hey, you know, I'm your only girl, and then you bringing a girl to my house, like that's gonna bring some chaos. I can't be your peace at that point, you know.
Yeah, but that's
not a peaceful situation.
For me, that wouldn't bring any chaos, because what's going to happen is I'm shutting it down.
Right.
I don't do chaos.
That right
shut it down.
That right there. Don't continue it. Right.
Hello. I don't continue it. If you felt comfortable by bringing that female to my house, that lets me know how much you truly cared about me, which means you didn't care about me at all, which means I would have to move forward and cut you off.
That's because you stay in Jamaica.
You know what? And you know what? And you know what?
Jamaica. He's like, yeah, let me slide that thing over there. You know what?
Just last week, my ex-boyfriend from the 80s hit me up and he's asking me to send him a video of me talking about my birth of my child, my daughter. Like, I still stay in touch with this man, but I didn't keep that bond with him, that kind of bond. So we are still friends. We still communicate. We still do a lot of things, like have wonderful discourse. And we also share our perspectives. Is
that what they call it these days?
Huh? What did you say? What was that?
Is that what they call it these days?
I don't know what they call it these days. I actually don't even know what they call it these days, but I know what I do these days, and I try to maintain positive and open relationships, so that there won't be any confusion. I'm gonna give it to you straight raw. I'm not gonna slice and dice it for you. I'm gonna tell you how it is and what it is that I want, what I don't want. And I think that's the problem for most relationships. Most people aren't true about themselves and honest about who they truly are. And that's where the problems come in.
Yeah, no, I got you. But unfortunately, we got to move on, Lakesha, and I appreciate you. Hopefully we get to see you next week.
If Danny sends the link, I'll definitely join. Thank you for having me.
Danny's my cousin, right?
He's your what?
Danny's my cousin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're first cousins. His mother and my mother were sisters.
Oh wow, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, we claim them.
We claim them.
What a blessing.
Ricky.
So is Ricky and Shaniqua. They related to us too. Is you Shaniqua on? Go on.
Yeah, Shaniqua wanted to say something real quick because we about to end the show, but go ahead and quickly say what you got to say, Shaniqua.
Okay. So what I wanted to say was about the peace thing. So women do want peace. Even when we pick the knucklehead when we're young, we want peace. With women, we always think that we can fix something. Like men want to protect. We want to make things better. So in our minds, oh, he's in the street, but he won't be in the streets for me, especially after we have a baby, right? That's one thing. So we still always want peace. We want peace. We don't want to be yelling and being unhappy and stuff like that. And if you beating on us and cheating on us, how can it ever be peace? Just like Dr. Seductive said, it can never be peace. How could you even expect to have peace if you creating chaos? It's impossible. And on another note, some men don't even want peace. They don't like a girl that's too quiet and submissive. As much as men say they want it, they don't want it. They want a woman that's going to have a little bit of backbone, is going to say something, they're going to yap back, they want it. I don't care what you say. And men don't want peace because they pick the ratchet girl and they complain about women in general. You picking the ratchet girls that's in the streets too. Okay, the one that look bad, the bad bitch with the 10 feet eyelashes and whatever. Okay, and you expecting to get peace. You ain't getting no peace, but she bad though, right? That's all you
wear the 10 feet eyelashes, but I ain't ratchet no more.
Nah, that's the Captain Saver hoe. That's the one that it's the same thing, vice versa, like you said. He think he can change her.
Exactly.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Exactly. But the thing is that everybody wants peace. We want peace. Everybody wants peace. No man want to be taken advantage of, and no woman wants it either. And that's the bottom line. Even when we picking the wrong people, we still want peace.
Yeah, that's what I call insanity. Because I mean that you have your points are valid. Your points are valid. And like I said, like I told Lakesh, it's not that people don't want peace. It's at the time that they choose. Because, when you're rolling with, Laredio on and Chronisha, and you trying to get straight, you trying to get them straight, putting your cape on, you're gonna be disappointed, and then that turns you into the thing that you hate the most. A lot of players got played. So that's how, those going back to last 2 weeks ago show with the generational curses, or the last week's show. We do those things because we don't know any better. Once we know better, then we want better. And that goes to what Lakesh was saying. You want to go back, and eventually you're going to get that peace. You'll find somebody that brings you that peace. But until you figure out that's what you want, you're just going to stumble around, like you said, Shaniqua. You're going to stumble around picking people that you think that can get you there. But a lot of times we don't pay attention to the red flags that are obviously there. Because if he a rapper in this, he's selling mixtapes at 40.
Talk about it, brother.
Possibility could happen, but probability probably not. But I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Fab.
He hit it at 47.
Okay.
Go ahead, Doug.
General contracting and building houses and singing. Now he has a label. He's out there singing songs. Oh.
All right. Well, thank you for all of those inputs, Douglas. Because every time I see you, I just get excited because I know you're going to come with something that we all want to hear. But tonight, I thank each and every one of you for coming on this evening as well. Girl, you're doing it big over in Jamaica.
Thank you.
I appreciate you calling us all the way from Jamaica.
I'm on my teacher's laptop. I'm a teacher, so I work for the New York Department of Education. So I'm on my laptop right now.
Don't tell that.
No, I can tell this wherever I go. It's mine, so it's already signed out. Okay. But by the way, I will let you know, I do have the book. I read the book when it first got out, so it is in my library. So I do have the book. I do have.